Hi everybody. So let's talk about the theme for Liber Fanatica this time round, and why we've decided to go with this direction, or why I've decided to go with this direction. And firstly, thank you for all those who embrace the idea. I'm glad to have that sort of support in there. And once again, I'm going to make it really critically clear, and I need to say this to all those currently involved in Liber Fanatica and all those who are about to get involved. Thank you very much for your support so far. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. On Monday this week, that's Valentine's Day, strangely enough, I'm going to be releasing the timetable for what is going to happen going forward. And I have to give big thanks out to Jay Hafner. I hope I've got that right. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced your second name right, Jay, who was the lead developer for Liber Fanatica 7. I know there are a number of other people involved in that, and I'm sorry, I still don't know all your names and stuff. And I apologise about this. Is one of the weaknesses I have is I'm very poor at remembering names initially, so I do apologise, but I just want to say to Jay and all those involved, thank you very much so far for all you've done, for the support you've given me personally so far, and for showing me something that I think is of the highest quality, and I really mean that, and I'm very serious about it. So anyway, let's get back onto subject here. The theme for this direction is the criminal empire. Now I chose the theme because, quite rightly, as has already been hinted and talked about in a couple of other people's comments that I've read, they're absolutely right. One thing I love about Warhammer is the fact that it has this underlying chaos feel to it, but one of the problems is it's been heavily used, very heavily, extensively used, to almost the exclusion of everything else. And I think that the criminal empire can get into another side of things that's a lot of fun. The human element, the criminality of the old world. A number of the careers are associated around it anyway. It just makes sense to embrace something like that. You can still have a hint of the unusual, a hint of chaos, and still make it flow. But wouldn't it be wonderful to get back to some of the roots of what made Warhammer fantastic? And that is, you know, the personalities, the people, the underlying story, the morale problems that you have, the morale issues that you face as a player, and the quandaries you want to throw out as a DM. So that is why we're using the criminal empire as our theme. And I'm trying to associate any articles that enter into the Liber Fanatica 8 associated around that theme. We already have a number that are running. Now, for them to be successful, and I don't want to poo-poo anybody's ideas, you need to make sure that you include within your idea, you know, whatever it might be, it needs to have that theme running through it. And there are already some great ideas out there. I love the idea of the sort of travelling circus, stroke freak show, that runs from town to town. I can totally see where that's going, and that really makes sense. I'm doing an article on Secret Sons. I'm going to talk about that later. There are a number of other things in works, travel, perils, and various other stuff. And we're going to talk on those. But for this bit, it's just a little bit around the theme. So you know why we're using that theme. You know what we're looking for this fanzine. We are going to try to tie the whole thing together in a collective. So from the very beginning, from the very opening page, what you visually see to what's actually written in words will all have some meaning within this publication. There's going to be a tremendous drain on our artists to produce. That is why I am looking and scouring for professional artists as best I can, or people who could contribute towards it as a whole, or anybody that wants to even do some art. And I am offering out for all the writers and artists within this publication a phenomenally, seriously fantastic potential prize, and that includes everybody that's involved in it. The way I'm going to actually run that, and I can talk about that now within the theme, is very simple. Once Liber Fanatica has launched itself, and we've got the publication out there and people are looking at it, the general populace, we're going to ask them, for all those people who've contributed, for every article that's in there, we're going to ask for their feedback. And depending on the feedback we get given, we'll obviously determine which article, which piece of art, what it was, maybe it was the layout, you know, what it was about that they loved. And that's going to be able to then give me the information I need to see on this occasion, because everybody will have worked hard, everybody will have contributed, and everybody will have done well. But it will give me the clues, what has worked in other people's eyes, and I will be making personal contact with those people, and we will be taking forward some other projects at that point. And that's not to say that those guys who didn't quite make it this time won't get another opportunity in Liber Fanatica 9 or 10. There will be more opportunities. I have seen a lot already that massively impresses me. and I am chuffed to bits with what we're trying to do. So let's get back on track here a little bit, and I'm sorry if I digress, but let's keep the theme running, let's keep the ideas flowing, let's keep working together, and let's really see where this goes. I'm going to throw out a few personal challenges. My job, quite rightly as Jay says, is obviously I have to contribute, which is already what I've started to do. I've got to try and either politely cajole, push. I hope that just by the very definition of what I'm potentially throwing out there as a prize is enough incentive for most. I really hope so, because it's been a wonderful hobby for me and it's a great way of making a living. So if you want to join me in the things that I do, this is your opportunity. Guys, I leave it over to you at the moment. You know the theme, you know what we're doing. The next video that I'm going to be running for Liber fanatica, I'm going to talk a little bit more deeply on the secret signs, and I'm also going to be talking in a separate video about my concept for a mini campaign that will run over 3 editions of Liber fanatica. I'm hoping that Strolling Bones will help me massively on this project. I don't know why. Normally I would take the project on myself completely and run with it, but I feel like what I should try and do in this edition as lead developer is give a guy an opportunity. I think that the guy, from what I've seen and the effort he's already putting in terms of the way he's contacting me and what he wants to do, let's see what you can do, Strolling Bones. Yeah, I'm going to give you the storyboards, I'm going to give you the ideas, I'm going to support you, and I will be literally your right-hand man. But I'm going to throw the idea at you in another video and leave the ball in your capable court, and let's bounce ideas off each other. As you said, you've now got my my Skype address. I will also be putting that up on Liber fanatica later today. But guys, that's where we are at the moment. I'm glad you're loving the theme. Let's keep pushing, let's keep going. Timeline will be available Monday. Take a look at the timeline. It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to be quite a tough taskmaster. Obviously, as Emperor, my word is law. I'm going to have to be very firm but fair. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your help so far. Let's take this publication forward, and well done, and thank you for your support. Till the next time, take care. See you soon.